You're listening to Butterfly Moon, Diary of a Special Needs Mom, Her Spiritual Path to Positivity, and the woman who still sips cold coffee with her pinky up. Hello, my name is Vanessa, and this is my diary, where I speak my thoughts, my feelings, and maybe a few secrets. A time to release some doubt and negativity, build more confidence and positivity. Just connect with you, and especially those that have been in my same shoes. I started my spiritual journey after getting diagnosed with the Prolactinoma Brain Tumor and waiting on a breast biopsy diagnosis. And even at one point, I was debating which is worse. I just knew I had to be strong-minded. I knew that I wanted to hold my daughter a little bit tighter, and I knew I needed to be here for my daughter's 5th birthday, all of her birthdays. I want to see her accomplish life. So I spent my days busy raising my daughter, and my nights silently crying as I held my baby girl a little bit tighter. Negative. The word negative is the most fascinating, the best sound you could ever hear. And still, I never lost my faith or my fight. It may have weakened me at times. I was scared, but I was trying not to show it. I'm only human. And even though I do have side effects from the brain tumor, it doesn't shorten my lifespan. And I'm so grateful for the years I get to keep living with my daughter Luna by my side. And I believe at this point, it all changed for me. Life didn't look as bitter through my eyes, and you can say a spiritual awakening was happening. So I started my spiritual journey, looking into spiritual books, listening to motivational speakers, and videos off YouTube. Pick a card tarot readings. And I know it's for entertainment purposes, but it gives me insight, and it's just something to enjoy, I guess you could say. For me. And I'm realizing I'm powerful in manifesting creative ideas and goals. They're not just daydreams to me. And this podcast was one of them. Walking was another goal. And as I was on my second lap at the park, I spoke out loud to the world, I'm going to do a podcast. And before I knew it, 6 or 7 butterflies flew all around me. It was so beautiful. Change and transition. That's what it symbolizes. I've been walking that path a few days a week, trying to start being more healthy and succeed a weight loss goal. And I've never seen so many gorgeous butterflies. The colors just flying all around me. And I know it was a sign from my spirits and angels. And knowing that my podcast, was going to center me. And it was a peaceful, easy feeling. Look, I don't know if I'm supposed to be in the spotlight. I think I'd rather be in the background. Maybe it's my confidence, but that doesn't stop me from wanting to speak out loud. Just give advice from my lessons. Show support. Just know that I've been there too. This year wasn't just about the pandemic for me. I had been diagnosed with prolactinoma brain tumor in my brain in February, and I'm dealing with this every day. It's on my pituitary gland. Think of it being behind my nose, a little bit bigger than a size of a pea. I started noticing a lot of weird things, smelling chemicals, fumes, and I have major sinus issues and get these bad headaches. Sometimes I forget, or I have to take a second to catch up on what I'm thinking or saying. I put it off that maybe because I'm going to be turning 40 next year, that's the reason why I'm feeling this way, or I can't concentrate. I get stuck when I'm talking to people mid sentence, and it can be embarrassing because it's on the tip of my tongue and I go blank. I'm tired all the time, no energy, and I've gained like 50 pounds. And you know what the worst part about it is? Losing my confidence in who I am. Mom guilt, because I never feel like I do enough for my daughter. Not keeping up with the 4-year-old. I hate it. You just feel like you fail some days and then you're lost at other times. So I put myself in this bubble, stuck, letting myself go. And I used to wear makeup every day. Getting my hair and my nails done was like a must. And now I'm arguing with myself just to take a shower. I'm determined to keep my daughter going, but why am I failing myself? I just felt like I was so busy wanting to be who I used to be instead of who I am becoming. And who I was is someone who is single, who didn't have a child, and can come and go as she pleases. Working was my only top priority. And I think I just felt lost in bitterness. 4 years went by, raising my daughter by myself, and she's special needs. She's autistic. I promised myself after finding out her diagnosis, the first 3 years, I was going to give her my all for her needs, wanting her to live the fullest life, that I believe therapy and support would benefit her. Taking her to her specialist. She has 5 specialists, and I'm driving over an hour away each time. And when you put everything into your child, it's hard to balance. You start losing yourself because they come first, right? So it's like your mom, number one, a nurse, a driver, and I could probably add so many more titles. You just start forgetting about your needs. Your wants really don't exist. You're too focused so much on your children. And don't get me wrong, it is the biggest honor being a parent, especially a mother. But sometimes it just feels bittersweet, especially being a single mom. You don't have choices like you normally do. That support that you need but not always get, it's 2 things. Either your pride's gone because you want to believe you could do it all on your own, or you get frustrated or upset because when you do get that support, it may not always be the way that you want it. And then you feel ungrateful. You're made to feel ungrateful. But one thing's for sure, you don't want to show that you're struggling, but you're really struggling underneath. I focus on my daughter's development. The years go by and the weight grows and I'm not taking care of myself, and I'm noticing things, especially about my health. It's a scary situation. I'm not as young as I used to be, believing I can just bounce back, putting it all off as stress, and it all went by so fast, yet the days so slow. Luna needs me. She will always need me. She is my first, the love of my life, my star, my little moon. And this is the best years to mold her, support her transitions, early intervention, the best years to get her the services she really needs. And she needs a lot right now. And I just want her to live a full life. The world can be cruel, and I can't be there for her 24/7. So I want her to be able to support herself to the best of her abilities. And I pray and I hope she always feels she can get the support she needs. But I still want her to try. I don't want her to depend on the system. I don't want her to not go for her dreams. Use her disability as a crutch. Say, I can't do this or that because I have a disability. I'm autistic. She has so many abilities and needs to believe in herself too. Don't get me wrong. I'm very blessed for a lot of programs that Luna has been accepted in. For someone who worked all her life and then all of a sudden everything just stops, it's so hard, and financially, it's stressful. And I'm losing my identity more and more. And then when you do get in these programs, you're so thankful you're able to get help to support your child. But then it also hinders you from getting back on your feet and moving forward. It's all about your assets. It all goes in a circle, round and round and round. Yet, we all survive. We make it. Luna, she's just so beautiful. She's so smart in her own way. And she tries to be so independent. And I love that about her. And I think it's amazing how far she has come. You know what? In our own way, we are so blessed. Like, we are really blessed. Luna has the brightest smile. She's always smiling. She looks at the world so differently. And I think it's so beautiful. I mean, if I could see the world through her eyes, I'd be smiling too. She is the best part of my life. She is the best part of my world, and she will continue to be. And believing who I was and still keeping up with her was crashing down on me, because that's not who I am anymore. I will never be her anymore. And that's really hard for me to say, to even think that way. But that doesn't mean this new side of me isn't the better version. She has potential too, because I'm trying. I mean, I feel a lot of changes happening. And I'm seeing signs, angel signs. 111, 333, and 8's everywhere. And my dreams are so intense right now. And I'm just feeling things. And I guess you could say I'm in a spiritual type of journey, because I feel like positive influences are all around me. That's what it is. It's a positive feeling, a path. And you know what that positive feeling does for me? It makes me want to move forward. It's motivation, telling me to get up, put your makeup on, get dressed for the day, take Luna to school. And you know what? The next day, I don't want to do any of those things. I don't. And maybe I won't do all of it, but I do it the next day or 2 days later. And it's a start. And that's all you can hope for. And I'm going to continue on this spiritual journey, because this is something that I need to do for myself. So I can still be the Vanessa, the mom, the nurse, the driver, the woman, and the positive influencer that I want to be. And you know what? I'm walking. I don't walk every day. But instead of me sitting in my car, waiting for Luna to get out of school, sometimes feeling miserable, just being stuck. Whether I'm stuck in this car, I'm stuck in my room, stuck in that house, stuck. I'm going to take it one day at a time. One foot in front of the other. I'm going to think positively. This spiritual journey will take me places. I'm a butterfly transitioning. That's who I'm becoming. And it feels good. Really good. So, I'll leave you with this. Do something today that makes you smile. Do something that makes you laugh. And do something that makes you cry. Because one tear leads to more, and it releases all the tension, all the pain, and all the negativity. And then I want you to smile from the heart. That's what you gotta do. Think positive. I will too.